What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about the one thing. Once I learned this concept, it completely blew my mind, right? And let me share how. So, there's a book called The One Thing, and you can read that book, but this is just kind of my spin of what it means to me and how it relates to real estate, right? So, you don't want to be good at multiple things, but you want to be great at one thing and do that one thing for a long time and see your results and efforts compound over time. Right? So you want to follow one path of success and do not deviate your path until you have maximized every little thing from that path. So let me give you an example. So I created my Making Multifamily course, link in the description down below, which is focused on getting you in an apartment complex. I own a mobile home park, right? In addition to two apartment complexes, but do not want to make a mobile home park course until I feel like I fully and completely maximized my Making Multifamily Money course, which focuses on apartment complexes. I know there's a lot of opportunity to improve the course, and that is my goal. As I get feedback from the students, I want to slowly add more modules, tweak my lectures, and provide more value, right? That is my goal. And at that moment, once I've maximized all my customers, which is there's a lot of customers out there who want to buy their first apartment complex, at that point, I may consider creating a mobile home park course, right? And let me share you an example of how I apply this one thing concept to my real estate portfolio. So, as I mentioned before, I owned a 26 unit apartment complex, a 26 unit apartment complex, so it's 46 units total, and a 200 lot mobile home park in Alabama, which has roughly around 40 units currently occupied. And this is completely splitting my attention. To be honest, most of my time, most of my energy, and most of my money is going to the mobile home park. But if I just apply the one thing concept, it actually makes the most sense to sell my mobile home park for a profit and double down on both my apartment complexes in Oklahoma until I hit my cash flow goal of $20,000 a month. So, as I mentioned earlier, I own 46 units in Oklahoma, and honestly, they're so passive. I have such a good property manager who also serves as my general contractor, and I sometimes forget that I own my apartment complexes because I'm so focused over here on my mobile home park. So, my mobile home park is actually a distraction for me. So it actually would be a lot easier and a lot less stressful if I were to sell this mobile home park over here, take that money, take that profit. So I get all the money that I put into the mobile home park plus some profit and double down into apartments in Oklahoma. At that point, I can easily maybe get to at least 100 to 150 units in Oklahoma, and it'll be very passive, very low stress, and I'll probably hit my 20K a month fat fire goal sooner. And at that point, once I hit that fat fire goal in Oklahoma City, and I feel like I maximized Oklahoma City, and I want to diversify a little bit because you don't want to put all my eggs in that basket. But once I hit that fat fire goal in Oklahoma City, at that point, I can either pivot back to mobile home parks or have some baseline knowledge now because I've owned and sold one, or I can move into apartment complex in a different market. If I already feel like I'm comfortable with apartment complexes, or maybe I find another strong property manager in another market, right? So this is how it's applying the one thing. And let's talk about some examples here. So let's talk about Grant Cardone, right? He owns like I think 4 billion in real estate, and he specializes in A class apartment complexes and high cost of living markets. I think he owns a lot of really nice A class apartment complexes, by the beach, all the amenities, nice gym, nice infinity pool, clubhouse, business center, everything that you could possibly need. And he invests in A class apartment complexes in Florida. That's where most of his portfolio is. And once he maximized Florida, he kind of branched out to Houston, to Atlanta, other kind of nice booming markets, right? So he did the one thing for a very long time, probably 3 billion of his 4 billion is in Florida. And at that point, once he maximized Florida, he then deviated out to um, Texas and Houston and Atlanta, Georgia, right? But he's still doing apartment complexes. He hasn't deviated to mobile home parks, or he hasn't deviated to self storage. He's purely doing apartment complexes, and that's his one thing that he does, and he's very great at it, right? It's better to be great at one thing versus good at apartments, good at self storage, good at mobile home parks, but you're not great at anything, right? And your attention is diluted. Let me give you another example. So there's the Bovita Group, which is the fifth largest mobile home park operator. And what do? They only do mobile home parks, right? So they first started off on the West Coast. And once they maximized all the mobile home parks on the West Coast, they went over to the Southeast and then to the East Coast and to the Midwest, right? So they started at one spot, dominated that market, became very great at it. And once they maximized it, they moved to other markets. So if I were to take all those concepts and apply it to my real estate portfolio, it would actually make the most sense to sell a mobile home park, take that money, double down in apartments in Oklahoma City, and maximize Oklahoma City apartment complexes until either A, I hit my fat fire goal, or B, I feel like I own enough units there that I want to start diversification outside, whether it's in a different asset class or in a different market, right? So this is what's very key. Just do one thing, be great at it, and do it for a very long time. Like if I keep on focusing in Oklahoma until I'm 70 or 80, that's 40 years. I guarantee you that I will be the best real estate investor in Oklahoma if I have 40 years of experience behind it. So, once again, I hope you found this video valuable. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You can check out my Making Multifamily Money course in the description down below. And please comment what value you found from this video and what change that you're going to make in your business or real estate investing portfolio from this video. Thank you and hope to see you in the next one. Peace.